Hi there, Master O here. Look, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a sneak look at my veggie garden. Now, this is all part of Master O's kitchen because, you know, in martial arts, we have a bit of an old saying that if you can dig it out of the ground or if you can catch it, it's good to eat. And so, you know, there's a great idea of trying to come back to non-processed foods. And we love to do this in martial arts because we know that they're healthy. They've come from Mother Earth, and this is a beautiful thing. So I just want to have give you a quick look at my veggie garden. Look, my veggie garden is a garden that's got time that's put into as much time as I can really afford, which is not a heck of a lot, but you know, it goes to prove that you can still do some okay things with a veggie garden, regardless of the space you've got, and really regardless of the time you've got. It just takes a little bit of time to put into it, and it's about, you know, really what you value. So let's have a sneak look at this veggie garden. Okay, so standing back, you can see here at one end of my garden, look, I'll just give a scan across the whole garden. Now look, it's not the flashiest looking garden, but there's some good stuff in there. I've got a couple of cows, and if you haven't got them, you can still get it and get some good old cow manure and just put it through the loamy soil and heap it up. As you can see, I've got 3 rows there, and I'm growing some stuff there. Now look, in this corner of the garden, I've got some asparagus, and they're an amazing little plant. I didn't know this, but you know, you can actually get asparagus off the asparagus plant for up to 20 years. They yield a great little crop. And look, I've got 4 in there. You know, I bought a punnet of 4 and away I went, popped them in. So they're coming along all right. Like, I've only had them in for about 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6 weeks, and they've tripled in size, so they're going all right, going great guns. Now look, over there's my pawpaw tree, and this is one I picked up from the nursery down the road. And look at the pawpaws on it. And I did a great brew of cow manure in a bucket with water and let it soak for a while and just poured around the roots. And it's just going nuts now. Down there, I've got some capsicums. Now, they're not going real flash at the moment. Let's walk over and have a bit of a look. You can see that they're struggling a little bit, and I'm just not too sure why. I reckon I need the old Burke's Backyard solution here. This one's not looking too bad. And I think they just take a little while to grow. There's a flower on this one over here, so maybe something happened. But I've never really had much luck with capsicums. But I love capsicums in my cooking, so that's why I'm trying to do my best to get them. Now, here's my tomatoes. As you can see, I don't put a heck of a lot of work into them. I haven't got them up on any stakes yet. But look, I'm getting some tomatoes growing there. And I've got a couple of different types. Here's the round one. Oh, I forgot what they're actually called. And these little guys down here. So they're coming along all right. And look, tomatoes aren't real flash in really wet weather, and we've had a lot of rain lately, so they've struggled a bit, but you know, half of them I grew out of punnets and a couple of them I grew from seeds. So let's see what happens. Now, here's my beans, and these beans, and I've just planted a few along, and you can see that I'll come up here. Here's a beautiful big fella that's growing here and another flower over there, and these are fantastic. I love beans because you can just pick them straight off and you can just eat them as they are. They're fantastic. They're succulent. Of course, you can microwave them, or you can steam them, or boil them. I just love to eat them raw. They're absolutely fantastic. And look, they start out of the ground here. Still got a few weeds in my garden, don't worry about that. And they just grow up, and I've just got a really rough-made trellis, bit of old trellis I got, actually borrowed from someone, not borrowed, but got given from someone. They were throwing it out. And these beans are coming on nicely. There's some beauties. And I'll tell you what, it produces more than we can eat, this vine. And it's only been up there for about 10 weeks or so. It's going great. Now let's head over here. Look at this parsley. And parsley's fantastic. You can just eat it raw. It's got some beautiful micronutrients in it, parsley. And you can chew it away. And look, I bought a punnet of 6 plants. I put them all in. Look at them, they're just going nuts. I've got more parsley you can poke a stick at. Bucket loads of parsley. Now here's the spring onions. I like these. Look, these have been in for a while, and I'm due for a bit of a replant. But you can see, we just, like down here, we just trim them off, chop them up. I put them into omelettes, into sandwiches. You can just use them in just about every meal. And they're beauties. They're just fantastic. Now over here, I've got a few bugs happening here at the moment. But you can see, I've got some great little beetroots coming up. Now look at this fella. He's about ready to pick. And beetroot's fantastic. You don't have to buy the canned beetroot. You can grow it yourself. Really easy to grow. And you can just grate it and put it in salads and sandwiches, or you can slice it. You can, you know, you can cook it and do all sorts of things with it. But I just like stuff as raw as you can get it, straight on the sanger, straight into a salad with some beautiful piece of salmon, and away you go. So here's my beetroots. You can see I've got a few bugs and they're going at different rates. This one I probably should have pulled a bit earlier, but anyway, it got away from me a little bit. Now have a look on this side here. We've got some great, absolute succulent spinach. And spinach is just fantastic. You can see I've had a few bugs, but I don't put any sprays on my garden. These are just natural. These are just what Mother Nature's given us. You can see a few little moths and butterflies, but I don't worry too much. And these little guys, you can just pop them into an omelette. You can just steam it lightly. Spinach is just fantastic. Go and Google spinach and see the amazing micronutrients it's got. It's chock-a-block full of iron, got some vitamin C, some B. It's got some great stuff in it. Now coming over here, I actually had some other vegetables along here, and I've just tossed this part of the garden over just a day or so ago because it had a few weeds in it, as you can see, and these weeds are dying off. I try not to spray, just toss it over with a good garden fork. And over here I've got some beautiful mint, and mint just grows and grows, and I've got another patch of it over here, and you can see it's growing also right beside my lemongrass. And this is the great thing. I break this, just use this mint, just break off lumps of it, right, pieces of it, and then you've got to get, and you can see I've been trimming my lemongrass plant here because I take it, and this is another blog I'm going to do for you, but I get the mint, lemongrass, I dry it, just tie it up with a bit of string and just hang it up in the kitchen, chop it up, and I just put it into my tea, make a beautiful mint and lemongrass tea, and it's just absolutely delicious. It's beautiful, it's natural, you don't have to put sugar with it, it's just a lovely taste sensation. So that's about my veggie garden at the moment. I'm always putting some different stuff in here, but you can see I've got some things that I can use, all right? And I don't have to go crazy spending too much time on it, but do a quick scan. You can see there's the bean trellis. There's a few old dead beans. They're the ones that we just can't use. It just grows so many. There's the parsley, spring onions, beetroot, spinach. Down the back there's some tomatoes, capsicums in the making. They're a bit of a work in progress. And we've got our mint and lemongrass. You can see lots of space in this garden that's not even used, all right? Actually, over here, not long ago, I had a cucumber vine. We're getting these beautiful cucumbers off them, absolutely delicious. So I'm ready to plant a few things more. I'll do another blog soon on this veggie garden, show you what else we're going to put in. Down this line here, my plan is to put a couple of rows of lettuce. You can see I've got a simple irrigation drip system going here. And where I live, we don't have town water out here, so I've got a pump. And you can see this line here, it comes up to some yard water, and I've just got one of these little computer irrigation systems just down here in line, okay, coming off the tap next to the chook pen, and there's a tap up there. And this is a beauty, it's just got a cap on it that you open up, and see it's got a computer timer there, and it's all been you just program it and away you go, and you can get it to just water your garden, you know, morning, afternoon, for however long you want. So it's pretty easy stuff. You know, this stuff is not expensive. I think that little computer was, I don't know, about $35, I think, from Bunnings. And this drip irrigation stuff, it's not that expensive at all. Anyway, you can get yourself a little garden set up. And I tell you what, I just can't wait to get stuck into those absolutely delicious pawpaws. Hey, see you again. Have a great day. Bye.